What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph, and in today's video I'll be going over the top 5 stocks you should be buying right now in the month of July. All of the stocks that I go over in today's video have great setups and they are around areas where the price can go a lot higher. Also, if you stay till the end, I'll be giving you guys a bonus stock. So if you're going to enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more investing content like this. Also, if you want to be a part of a free Discord community where you can ask me questions about anything, make sure to check out the Discord channel in the description down below. Alrighty guys, now before we get into the top 5 stocks for this month, I want to do a quick recap on the 5 stocks that I gave you guys last month for the month of June. Now if you missed that video, make sure you have post notifications turned on because you missed out on a lot of money if you didn't play any of the stocks that I called out last month. So going right into it, the first stock that I gave you guys for the month of June was Apple. Apple had a nice easy setup. It was right around here when I was showing you guys on the video, which is that trend line. And as we can see, since then, Apple has gone up all the way to about $140, which is a 12.8% gain in the stock. So congrats to whoever played Apple, and that was pick number 1 from last month. Now getting into the next one, we had Netflix. Netflix, as I said before, had this gap to fill on the daily time frame. I was looking at Netflix right around here, and the ideal situation that I pointed out in the video was that Netflix would retest this support line and then have a move higher, and that's kind of exactly what Netflix did. It kind of consolidated right around here, and then we started to get that push to the upside, and since that video, Netflix is up about 10%. And then pick number 3 that I gave you guys was Penn, ticker symbol PENN. And this one hasn't really even moved. It was right around here when I called it, around $82. As we can see, it's around 74. And Penn is actually still a great buy in my opinion on a major support line, and it still hasn't fallen below. So if you still want to play Penn, as I said before, still a great buy. They also have earnings coming up, so we may see a run up. Getting into stock number 4, we have CRM. And CRM was actually one of my favorite setups from that video. As we can see, I said that CRM had this nice breakout, which was right over here. And I gave you guys some price targets for CRM. I said price target number 1 was around $250 where they previously fell from, and then up to here, which was $265. As we can see, CRM actually already hit my first price target. It's up about 8% since that video. So if you played CRM, good for you. You made some decent money. And then last but not least, from that video, we had Square, which is ticker symbol SQ. And as we can see, Square, similar to Netflix, had the same setup. I was hoping that Square would retest their support line and then have that move higher. As we can see, it started to bounce off of the 20 SMA and started to climb even higher in price. And they're up about 16% since that video. So definitely turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any of these top 5 stocks for the month. I'll be posting one every single month. Alrighty guys, now getting into the top 5 stocks for July, the first one that I have on my list is BABA, ticker symbol BABA. Now the setup on this stock looks very nice. Once I draw it out for you guys, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. As we can see, BABA has been downtrending for quite a while actually, and right over here we can see that they finally had a breakout right over here around the end of June. Now a downward trend breakout is one of the most bullish patterns that you can trade. It's a sign of reversal, and BABA fell all the way from 319.32, which is a pretty steep fall. If we map that down, they're down about 33% from their all-time highs. So this is a pretty big pullback for the stock. I've been keeping an eye on them, and now that they finally broke out of this downtrend, this is an obvious sign to go long on the stock. Now, as we can see, it got rejected right here on this 100 SMA. I see it retesting this trend line and then having a continuation higher. Now, they also have earnings coming up in August, so we may also even get an earnings run up, which would be nice for the stock. So that is stock number one, Baba. We're simply just playing the trend reversal that it has formed right here on the daily time frame. And getting into stock number two, we have Boeing, ticker symbol BA. And Boeing, ever since the big crash from last year, it has been gradually going up pretty consistently. And if I draw this trend line for you guys, you'll see exactly what I'm looking at. Right here, we can see that Boeing is right back on their support, which is right here on that trend line. This is obviously where you want to be buying a stock. If it's in an uptrend, you don't want to just randomly buy when it's in an uptrend. You want to be buying the pullbacks. So Boeing, as I said before, great opportunity right here on the trend line. And for price targets, my first price target for the stock, I see it going back up to about 257. And then from there, I see it retesting where it originally fell from, which was 275, and then potentially even creating a newer high and continuing this same pattern. Now, it also has earnings coming up as well, so I don't recommend swinging anything through earnings, but definitely play the run up. As I said before, I definitely see this thing bouncing right off of this trend line pretty soon within this next week. And the third stock that I want to go over is Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. And Tesla has actually been performing a pretty nice setup as well. If I draw this out for you guys, we'll be able to see that it has formed a nice triangle pattern. As we can see, the support was right around 557, and as we can see, Tesla actually broke out of this pattern and have been consolidating right here. Now, definitely keep an eye on Tesla. As we can see, it broke out of this downtrend that it has formed, but the ideal situation here is to wait for this 20 SMA to catch back up to the price, and then for it to bounce off that and continue even higher. Now, just be careful with this one, because as we can see, it kind of broke out of the pattern kind of early. I was expecting Tesla to continue going back down to this support line and then heading back up here, and then maybe even retesting it one more time and then finally breaking out from earnings. But keep a tight stop loss if you're going to swing trade this stock. As I said before, we kind of want to wait for this 20 SMA to hug the price of the stock before we hop in. So that is number 3 on the list, Tesla. Definitely keep an eye on this one, because if this thing starts to break out of this consolidation, we could definitely see a nice run to the upside. And getting into stock number 4 on the list, we have Wayfair, which is ticker symbol W. Now, Wayfair looks pretty nice, and I have it number 4 because it isn't really like a setup in terms of Baba where it has a nice breakout, but as we can see, Wayfair has actually been gradually in a uptrend, and same thing, like any uptrend, you want to be playing the pullbacks. Every time they get to around this area, they start to bounce to the upside, and this is kind of that area of value you want to be buying the stock in. As we can see, multiple times after testing the trend line, they have a nice move to the upside, testing around $325. So given the fact that it's right in that same zone as before, this is an area where you want to be buying the stock. I wouldn't be surprised if it fell a little bit further down to about $295 and then started to reverse. But obviously for my price target, I have Wayfair reaching at least $325 in the next few weeks, and then if it can break above that, then we should see $333. So that is Wayfair right there. Let me know what you guys think about this setup in the comment section down below. Pretty easy to spot. As I said before, it's been gradually uptrending, and as we can see, there are buyers stepping in every time the stock is trading even higher. So that's a good sign to see with Wayfair. And last but not least, on the list we have Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, and I have this number 5 on the list because Starbucks isn't really that big of a mover. It gradually moves in its own little pattern, and you're not really looking for, you know, crazy gains with the stock unless you're doing options. But as we can see, Starbucks, nice uptrend on the daily time frame. I was actually in some call options already with this stock, and I kind of cut too early, but as we can see, every time Starbucks follows this uptrend, it kind of gravitates back to this 100 SMA, and bouncing right off of it last week, this kind of gave us confirmation that this SMA is acting as support, and we could see Starbucks to rise even higher in price, definitely retesting their previous all-time highs. So keep an eye on Starbucks. I would hop in right now. They already got the bounce off of that moving average, and we can definitely see Starbucks at least retesting 119 as their previous high. And if you're still watching till the end, the bonus stock that I wanted to give you guys was Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Now, the reason why you guys should be keeping an eye on Palantir is because, as we can see, Palantir has kind of been trading within a range. They fell below the support line but quickly reversed to the upside, and they got rejected right at my resistance, which was around 27.40. As we can see, now they're heading back down, and the ideal situation for Palantir is to head back down to this support line around $22, $23 and then start to bounce back up to the upside. Now, you can keep a tight stop loss if you want, but if Palantir were to fall below the support line and fall all the way back down to $21, I wouldn't be worried. As we can see, multiple times they bounced off of that level. So that is just an area where you want to be loading up on the stock even more. So definitely be patient with Palantir, let it fall and retest this support line, and then hop in some swings with the stock. You could buy a month out call option, and those call options should do pretty well. So those were the 5 stocks and the bonus stock for July. Let me know what you guys think about all of them in the comment section down below, and what was your favorite setup. And if you learned anything from this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. See you in the next one.